There's some other things that we can do to really improve our flexibility quickly and safely in a shorter period of time. So you want to take advantage of sort of little body hacks like reciprocal inhibition, like contract relax, your P&F stretches, any of those sort of body hacks that you can use to kind of get your nervous system to relax more quickly so the muscles can then be held in a lengthened state for a more prolonged period. So you're sort of shortening that period where your muscles are, going through the letting go process and getting through that quickly, and then you're able to go into a static hold for longer. So typically what I like to do is we'll take advantage of some P&F stretches at the beginning of the stretches, whether it be reciprocal inhibition, whether it be contract relax, whether it be MET, and then at the end of that, once you've gotten some flexibility gains, then do a static hold for a prolonged period. So you really want to take advantage of those little hacks, and I've got some other videos on this channel about these little hacks: reciprocal inhibition, contract relax, the P&F stretches, MET, those type of stretches. So you want to incorporate different types of stretching into your flexibility routines. If you just do static stretching, nothing wrong with it, it's safe, it is effective, but it takes quite a long time to get results, particularly if you're a very tight person. Static stretching isn't going to be the most efficient way to go. So you want to take advantage of those other, stretching mechanisms. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, and this is arguably the most important part of stretching and is most often overlooked by a lot of people. So it's about your breathing. So there's other videos on this channel that go a lot more in depth about breathing, but essentially breathing and taking control of your breathing and conscious breathing is a way to force your nervous system, your central nervous system, to relax and let go. And by consciously controlling your breathing, your nervous system has no choice but to let go. And this is really, really, really important. When you're stretching, you want to be as relaxed as possible throughout your whole body, not just the specific muscles, but also those muscles. But your whole body needs to be relaxed as possible. You need to be working with your breathing. You need to be conscious of your breathing, and you want to take advantage of that. So there's a whole bunch of science that's been done behind this. The science has been around for literally thousands of years in practices like yoga, but more recently science is coming out to back all this stuff up. What people have known through practice for thousands of years is now starting to become backed up by science, so they understand why that's happening. So if you really want to go in depth about this, you can check out Polyvagal Theory. It's by a professor, Stephen Porges. He's devoted his life's work to this, and there's a whole bunch of other researchers who've gotten into this sort of stuff. But it's all about the vagus nerve, and the quickest way to stimulate your vagus nerve and control that nerve is through breathing. There's different ways to do it, but breathing is probably the simplest, most effective way that you can have control over your vagus nerve, which then feeds into your central nervous system and gets the whole body to relax. So essentially, the one way in to get your whole body to relax is take control of breath, and you really want to make sure your out breaths are longer than your in breaths. That's really important. That's telling the vagus nerve, body relax, let everything go, everything's chill, I'm not in fight or flight, I can just relax and I can open myself up to the world, I can talk to people, I can be social, I'm chill, my nervous system, everything's sort of dying down, I'm nice and chill. That's where you want to be when you stretch. So the quickest way in to do that, you want to make your out breaths longer than your in breaths. And so I don't believe in seconds, I believe more in heartbeats and breaths. Your body doesn't know it's Monday, your body doesn't know what day it is, your body doesn't know what time is in terms of seconds and minutes and hours and days and months. That's an artificial construct humans have created to superimpose on our bodies that isn't really helpful when we're talking about how to relax. Your body knows about breaths and heartbeats, so let's work with our heartbeats and work with our breath. So before you even start your stretching session, you want to check in with your body. And a good way to do that is just to take notice of your heartbeat in your body and notice if it's up or down, and just, you should know roughly what your normal resting heart rate is, what it feels like, and you want to be working towards getting your resting heart rate, or getting your heart rate as close to that resting heart rate as you can while you're stretching. It's going to be a little bit more because you are exerting yourself a little bit, but it wants to be fairly low. It wants to be fairly towards that resting heart rate. That's kind of the range you want to work in. You don't want to be super amped up. You don't want to be, have that high heart rate, which is associated with intense cardio. You want that to die down a bit for your stretching, so then the nervous system can relax. So a good way to stimulate the vagus nerve, out breaths longer than in breaths. So check in with your heartbeat, find the heartbeat, then just find a rhythm that works for you. A good one for me, is just personally, is 4 heartbeats breathing in and 4 heartbeats breathing out. Your holds, don't worry too much about when you're holding after inhalation, exhalation, maybe a couple of heartbeats, but it's more about my out breaths longer than my in breaths. So for me, 4 beats in, 6 beats out. For you, you might have a different rhythm. Might be 3 heartbeats in, 6 out, might be 4 in, might be 8 out. It doesn't really matter what the numbers are. Find your own personal rhythm that works for you, but it's really about just making sure your out breaths are longer than the in breaths. So that's really, really important. You want to be conscious of your breath the entire time you're stretching. So the breathing is really, really important, and I can't emphasize this enough, guys. And it sounds simple, and people think, oh, breathing, how much difference could that possibly make? The difference is night and day. I would say proper breathing is 50% or more of improving your flexibility. And some people may disagree with that, but that's been my experience. The best way to take control of your central nervous system is through breathing. So that being said, when you're stretching, the relaxation of the muscle happens on the out breath. So inhalation is more associated with bracing, guarding, increasing tension, bracing your core maybe, increasing tension. Breathing out is more associated with releasing, letting go, relaxing, melting, everything's just kind of chilling out of it. So when you're stretching, if you're doing some sort of PNF stretch with a contraction, whether it's reciprocal inhibition, contract relax, whether it's an MET, your in-breath is going to be associated with when you're doing the contraction, or when you're exerting. And then, so let's say I do my hamstring stretch and I'm tensing my quads, and then I'm releasing my hamstrings. So when I breathe in, I'm tensing my quads, I may hold that for 4 heartbeats. And then when I breathe out, I'm letting my quads go and I'm letting my hamstrings lengthen. So the pushing part or the exerting part wants to be coinciding with your inhalation, and the lengthening part is meant to coincide with exhalation, with breathing out. So letting go happens on the out breath. They're really, really important. So if you're in a position and you want to take, the stretch a little bit further, so you've been sitting in a static hold for a long time, and you think you want to get a little bit more, breathe in, check in with your heartbeats, and then on the out breath, you want to take it a little bit further. So it's all about working with your breathing the entire time you're stretching, which is really going to get you fast results. And I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. It's really overlooked by a lot of people in stretching. So work with the breath. Listen to your body and breathe. This is sort of my mantra on this channel. It's really, really important. Okay, that being said, there's often a lot of questions about how long should I stretch? This sort of feeds into what I was just saying. Your body doesn't know about minutes, seconds, hours, days. That's not what the body is concerned with. The body knows I'm either in a heightened state of arousal and I'm kind of contracting, or I'm letting go, I'm releasing, I'm sort of dysregulating my nervous system, I'm deregulating. Everything is coming down, I'm chilling. It's more about that. So when it comes to how long should I stretch, like how long should my session be, how long should I be holding a stretch, it's not about that. A lot of people will say 30 seconds this many sets. It's not about that. It's about you, it's about your body, it's about listening to your body, listen to your body and breathe. The muscle will relax when it relaxes. and you've got to work with it to encourage it to do that. So the muscle will let go when it's ready and when you're ready to let go. So if I tell you 30 seconds, maybe you let go in 10. Maybe you let go in 30. Maybe it takes you 5 minutes to let that muscle go. Maybe it takes you, in extreme cases, it takes you best part of an hour to really get any lengthening through that muscle, because you're so tight and your nervous system is so amped up. That's what you've got to work with. But the good news is, through breathing, and it's all about breathing, and through a regular stretching practice, you can make improvements. Anybody can improve their flexibility significantly if you sort of take advantage of the things that we're talking about today in this video. So how long should you stretch? As long as it takes. How long should you hold a stretch? Until you feel that muscle relax. And that's really it. So it's about listening to your body and breathing. So the other question that constantly comes up is, how often should I stretch? So this is another one. Listen to your body. You can overdo stretching, definitely. So I probably wouldn't be stretching more than once a day if you're talking about a flexibility program, but there's no, rules set in stone. Once again, listen to your body and breathe. On this channel, I'm all about encouraging people to get in tune with their body and see what it needs. Maybe you need to do an extra stretching session that day. You've had a stressful day, you've done a hard workout, you've been sitting at your desk, you need to just stretch some things out. Cool, that's fine. Listen to your body. Maybe, you're on a meditation retreat for a week. You don't need to stretch. You're chill, you're good. So it's all about listening to your body, what your body needs. But generally speaking, I think stretching once a day, the same time of day, before bed, is a good way to go about it. And that being said, when I've mentioned like the body hacks that you can do, like the PNF stretches, the reciprocal inhibition, the contract relax, the MET, you don't want to be doing those all the time. They're just a way, especially at the start of a stretching program, to get your body to release quickly and to get your nervous system to let go of those muscles. But you don't want to be doing those constantly. Once you get into a good flow of your flexibility program, you might want to do those, once every couple of days. Nothing set in stone. Listen to your body. But if you push your body too far with the PNF style stretching, you run the risk of getting injured and doing too much too quickly. So listen to your body. You want to get to the point where it's the static stretch at the end. That's that elongating of the muscle, and feeling the muscle lengthen in a nice lengthen. It's not pulling anymore. Your nervous system's died down. There's no struggle to the stretch, and you just feel like you can chill in that position. That's where you want to kind of be. Yeah, these little body hacks are cool, they work, but don't overdo them either. Less is more, I would say. But again, you're an adult, you know your body better than anybody else. And if you don't, start educating yourself about your body, really get into your body and feel into your body, breathe, check in with your heartbeat, find the tension in your body, and start working with your body and getting to know your body, being a lot more familiar with your own body, because nobody else is in your body but you, so you can feel better than anyone else what's going on, in terms of, am I overdoing things? Am I relaxed? Am I amped up? Am I chill? All that sort of stuff. So when it comes to how often, daily is good, not necessarily to do daily to get, progress, but I think daily before bed, do some stretches, but it's really about listening to the body, breathing, and feeling that you've got some sort of relaxation in that session and that you can hold that position. And then you go to bed, everything melts down, stretches out, and there's no tension on those muscles anymore. They're kind of left in a lengthened position for a considerable period of time. That is going to be what gets you the flexibility improvements reasonably quickly and safely, and get those to hold. So that being said, there's quite a lot of information in the video today. I've got a lot of other videos about what I've talked about today in terms of the body hacks, in terms of stretching, specific stretches you can do, videos about breathing. I could talk all day about this stuff, So check out some of the other videos, but we're going to leave it there today, guys. So I hope this helps you maybe put together a bit of a little stretching program for yourself and gets you on the road to improving your flexibility. So I'm going to leave it there, and remember, listen to your body and breathe.